I've spoken with many atheists who have been frustrated by Christians who say that atheism is a religion. Because, well, atheists want nothing whatsoever to do with religion or belief. They want to distance themselves as much as they can from faith, because they want to say that their worldview and their frame in which to understand reality is based on what is accepted as fact, and they don't want to allow anything that sounds like belief or faith or religion into their worldview.
Did you ever think that maybe it has nothing to do with that? Maybe it has to do with miscategorizing people purposefully for your own self-gratification of some way.
Now, a question I would like to ask is this: are all beliefs religious in nature? Again, we're going to have to be very careful with how we define religious belief as opposed to any other belief. Now, if you say no, even believing that a hockey game, that someone winning a hockey game is going to happen, that is a religious belief in the sense that, well, you don't know. And if you don't know something and you believe it, that's a religious belief. So yes, a religious belief can even be a hockey game, regarding a hockey game. It doesn't have to do with God, if one wants to use that definition. So if that is your definition of religious belief, is to believe something for which you don't actually know with absolute certainty, then under that definition, I would say atheism is absolutely a religious belief.
Do you even know what the definition of a religion is? It's the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, generally a personal god or gods. Atheism is precisely not that. How hard is that to understand? Why are you trying so hard to twist the definition of religion just so you can squeeze atheist in there instead of using the definition of religion, which deals with the worship of a deity? This is your language. How hard is this for you? Why are you trying to warp it so bad just to fit your little pinhole of an idea instead of just accepting reality for what it is? Why do you have to try to twist it and warp it to... Oh, wait, I forgot. Never mind. That's kind of what y'all do.
And so we have two kinds of atheists. We have the one that says, I believe that God does not exist, and the atheist who says, I do not believe that God exists. Now, the atheist who says, I do not have the belief, remember, they want to say that atheism is not a belief. So they have to be of the first kind. They have to be the one that says, I do not believe that God exists, which means they have to be open to the possibility, which means they're no longer an atheist, they're now an agnostic.
Two sentences that you use don't separate atheists from agnostics. They separate strong atheist from weak atheist. First is a general umbrella term, the default of weak atheism. The second is a specific term, the strong atheism. Both of these are in relation to the theistic God. They both define atheism, just the varying degrees of it. Atheism is merely a negation of theism. You'd know that if you have any understanding of your language. Theism being the base and a meaning not or without. The prefix a meaning not or without. Atypical, not typical. Acellular without a cell. Atheist, not a theist. It does not deal with knowledge. It deals only with the answer of whether a person believes in a deity or not. Agnosticism deals with knowledge. You're either unsure or sure, agnostic or Gnostic. A pure agnostic has absolutely no opinion or leaning one way or the other on the God question. Any leaning makes you, by default, an atheist or theist, depending on the answer. However, things aren't as cut and dry as theist, atheist, and agnostic. You don't have to be a strong atheist to claim atheism. You don't have to be pure agnostic to claim agnosticism. Saying that someone has to claim this or that based on your defined terminology is like saying you have to be a Gnostic monotheist to claim to be a theist. You completely miss all of the varying shades of belief and marginalize people who don't fit your preconceived notions of what you believe the terms ought to mean. Which brings me to one thing I want to address specifically. Who do you think you are that you have the right or privilege to define other people instead of them defining themselves? You are sitting too high and mighty if you think you are in any position to you do not have the power or the privilege to dictate how other people classify themselves. You need to put your ass in check before someone else does it for you.
And so the conclusion is inescapable. You're either an agnostic or a religious atheist.
Seriously, why do you want atheists to be religious so bad? Why is that important to you? Why are you that worried about it?
So why are they so committed to opposing, well, the existence of God? Maybe it's because what the Bible says is true, that they hate him. They know he exists, they hate him, and they want nothing to do with him.
No. Just no. I guess in that sense, then I would also, I would also hate unicorns, leprechauns, fairies, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, all of those other cute little things.
Oh, and if you believe in God, they'll hate you too.
Yes, being an atheist automatically means that I hate all people who believe in God. You can ask my Christian friends and my Muslim friends and my Jewish friends. I hate them all. Those evil atheists just hate everyone who believes in God. Talk about fear-mongering and hate-mongering. No.
And so it all comes down to your definition of a religious belief. If believing that someone is going to win a hockey game is a religious belief, then believing that there is no God is equally a religious belief.
So you can personally pick and choose, and we have to go by your definitions for how people are supposed to identify. But you can pick and choose with hard, fast, set definitions like religion. I just can't deal with your level of stupidity anymore. I've only watched one video.
Now, if you want to say that, well, winning a hockey game isn't, regardless if you believe it or not, that's not a religious concern. We wouldn't classify that as religious. Religion has to do with theism. It has to do with belief in God or gods, deities of that nature. Even under that definition, the non-belief in a deity is theistic in nature because you're doing theology when you're affirming or denying theological claims.
If atheism is a religion, off is a TV channel. But seriously though, y'all make everyone else who comes over here try to learn English and get pissed off when I have to press 1 for English? This is America. Well, learn your own damn language. If you don't know that A is a prefix to negate the root of the word, and it's your native language, the language you made everyone else learn because you were too stupid to learn other languages. I don't know what to say to you. I don't.